Anna, the brazen tourist, threw a bottle at the Queen's guard, believing her money and status gave her the right to do anything. But Captain Hart's reaction was so unexpected and decisive that it shocked everyone around. What happened next not only changed everyone's opinions but also transformed the entire atmosphere of the day. But let's start from the very beginning. A grey London morning greeted the Queen's Guard with its usual rhythm. Strict lines, gleaming uniforms, and unwavering poses in front of the famous palaces. One of the guards, Captain James Hart, stood dutifully at his post by the Westminster Palace, embodying discipline and respect for tradition. His gaze was focused, and his stance unyielding despite the bustling crowd of tourists around him. That day, the influx of tourists was especially large. A group of young people, armed with smartphones and camera gear, clearly aimed to capture every moment of their visit. Among them stood Anna, an energetic and somewhat brazen tourist, evidently accustomed to the notion that her money gave her the right to do anything. "Hey guard, show us your real dance moves," Anna shouted, trying to take a selfie with James. She reached for his hat, attempting to touch it. James, maintaining his composure, merely gave a slight bow in response, refusing to be provoked. "I'm sorry, ma'am. My duty is to maintain order," he replied, but Anna wasn't ready to back down. She laughed loudly with her friends, teasing his serious demeanor. The tension began to rise, and James felt the atmosphere thickening with each passing moment. The tourists seemed to enjoy eliciting a reaction from the guard. However, Captain Hart was not one to easily succumb to provocations. Hours passed, and Anna's group only worsened the situation. They started tossing coins in front of James, hoping to irritate him. One of Anna's friends, Tom, attempted to take a photo by holding the guard's hat above his head, creating comical poses. "James, pretend you can't breathe." Tom laughed, acting as if he was suffocating. James remained unflustered, continuing his duties with unwavering patience. His endurance was being tested to the limit, but he didn't let his emotions get the better of him. The crowd around began to split. Some laughed at the situation, others condemned the tourists' behavior. Some even started filming the incident, hoping for viral content. At one point, Anna decided to up the ante. She pulled a plastic water bottle from her purse and, without hesitation, threw it towards James. The bottle hit his bag, causing it to rattle loudly. "See, guard? Everything's under control," Anna proclaimed loudly, laughing with her friends. The crowd froze. Some began applauding, finding the stunt amusing, while others started expressing their disapproval. James felt a surge of anger inside but continued to maintain his dignity. At that moment, a little boy ran up to the group of tourists, clearly lost and scared. His eyes were filled with fear and tears. Anna and her friends began laughing, pointing at the boy and making foolish comments. "Oh, looks like we have another star for our show," Anna said, pointing at the child. James immediately sprang into action. He reached out to the boy, offering him his jacket. "Don't worry, little one. I'll help you find your mother," he said calmly, looking directly into the boy's eyes. Anna, witnessing this, tried to intervene. "Hey guard, back off! You're just a poser!" she shouted. But James was already distracted, assisting the boy. The crowd began to shift their attitude. People started watching the guard's actions more intently. Some began to show their support for James, applauding his actions, while others looked at Anna with disapproval. Realizing her joke had gone too far, Anna attempted to regain her composure. She approached James closer, but her steps now seemed uncertain. The boy was soon reunited with his mother, who thanked James for his help. The crowd began to recognize the importance of traditions and respect for those who uphold them. Anna, understanding her mistake, tried to apologize, but her words were drowned out by the applause in honor of the guard. "You see, folks, true heroism isn't about shows and attention," James said, returning to his post. His hat gleamed in the sunlight as he resumed his usual stance. Anna and her friends stood silently, realizing their behavior was not only disrespectful, but also unacceptable. One of the tourists uploaded a video of the incident to social media, where the public reaction was immediate. People condemned Anna and her group's behavior while praising James's actions. By the end of the day, James received commendation from his superiors for his conduct and ability to remain calm in a stressful situation. With a slight smile, he adjusted his hat and took his place once more, knowing his actions had helped preserve respect for traditions and culture. The crowd dispersed, leaving behind only the memory of how one guard managed to turn a moment of disrespect into an example of true dignity and honor.